Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Cubs Daily. My name is Steven Ryan, and I am excited to talk about some fun topics today, including Cubs young prospects. We'll go over some roster moves as well, and our main man, Kyle Tucker, the big piece that we got this season, finally breaks through. We're going to cover all that good stuff today, but before we get to that, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below who is going to win the NL Central. And is it the Cubs? And by how many games will they take care of business? The NL Central is wide open this year, so there is no reason that the Chicago Cubs can't not take it. So let me know down below, and let's get into today's topic. We're going to start with one of the top Cubs pitching prospects in Mr. Cade Horton. He was our top pick overall a few years ago and has been looking very, very good in the minors and was invited to the spring training camp this year with the big league club, and he closed out the game Saturday, and he looked excellent, ladies and gentlemen, as advertised, the whole 9 yards. He was a two-way player at Oklahoma. He was a big-time hitter for them, but the swing and miss ability of his stuff as a pitcher is incredible, and that's what Carter Hawkins has specifically wanted to focus on. That's why I was excited when Carter Hawkins came over from Cleveland, because I knew he could develop pitchers. What he's done with that Guardians organization has been absolutely incredible, and that was the part that I'm excited for with the Cubs. Is we're gonna have a lot of great young arms coming up, and it includes guys like Mr. Cade Horton, who according to counsel, like at some point in the season, we got to call Cade Horton up. That's how you want to feel in this situation, and I 100% agree with Craig on this one, guys. When you're a top prospect, you want to see the dominance at the lower levels just so you can bring them up and give them a shot at the big league level. I talked about it in an earlier video. We talk about like that rookie dry spell, but a rookie spell where no one's seen you before. They don't have footage on you. They don't know how to attack you. They don't know how to approach you. That's a special time as a baseball player when you have a slight edge over them. Yes, obviously down the road when you have experience and you've been in certain situations before, it is good too. But when you're a rookie, it's a special moment for you, and no one knows how to approach you. So there could be a very nice advantage for Cade Horton. I'm excited to see how the Cubs use him. I'm imagining they're going to start him off as like a reliever kind of deal. But if we need a fifth starter and he's ready to dominate, I'm looking for Cade Horton to step into maybe that fifth spot role and work his way up to eventually being, hopefully, I really want him to be our frontline ace. Ideally, it goes Cade Horton, Shota, then Justin Steele third. And honestly, guys, that's how you win playoff series right there. Top three pitching right there, no doubt about it. But the Cubs are still looking for that frontline ace, and I think we're hoping that Mr. Cade Horton can become just that. Cade Horton becoming a top line ace would not be a surprise to me. The next guy I'm going to talk about, Mr. Jonathan Long, him becoming a starting player on the Chicago Cubs would be much more of a surprise. The development of this young man has been absolutely incredible. Over 64 games last year between AA and AFL. He hit over 1,000 with OPS. He was incredible. He hit 339 and had over 1,000 OPS. Had over 13 home runs. He's really flourished and showed off the power these past couple years, right? Slow start in single A and low A, but he said, personally, as he got to AA, the technology got better, and he felt like he really was able to improve and work on the simple things, the mechanics. He's a low-maintenance guy, and that's what you like to hear out of your baseball player, right? Simple, straightforward to the approach. I'm excited to see the development of Jonathan Long. He won't make the big league club out of spring training, but he's going to start in AA, I believe, and maybe he works his way to AAA down the road here, and that could help the Cubs. Maybe a solid bench bat down the road. Who knows? Baseball is a crazy game, but again, if he shows off the power, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that does make Nico Hoerner replaceable in that sense, or maybe even Dansby Swanson in a few years. You just never know with baseball. There's always the next guy coming up, but it's exciting to see some guys that get, there's 50, 60 rounds in the MLB draft. Not everyone's going to make the big leagues, ladies and gentlemen, but when you see a surprising development from one of your mid to late round picks, that's always exciting. And the Cubs have another one of those in our main man, Jonathan Long. Now, I have Ben Cowles here. We're going to talk about Ben Cowles. We are winding down the Cubs roster, ladies and gentlemen. They made a flurry of roster moves a few days ago. We're sending down a bunch of people to minor league camp. Ben Cowles was optioned to AAA, but everyone else you see here, Brandon Hughes, Cade Horton, Moises Blastros, Carlos Perez, Nicky Lopez, Travis Janikowski, they are all returning to minor league camp. They will not be starting the year on the Major League roster, but the big league team is heading to Japan right now, so I think minor league camp is going to continue for spring training as the Chicago Cubs make their way to Japan. In more exciting news, Matt Shaw just got the call. He is going to Japan, ladies and gentlemen. He is going to be on that team for the opening day series against the Dodgers, so I'm excited. Hopefully we get to see Matt Shaw start at third on that front. But a lot of good top prospects in this list. You see right here, Cade Horton, Moises Blastros. Hopefully we are going to be seeing those guys here at the end of the year in September, or if need be, earlier if the club needs a spark. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about our main man, Kyle Tucker, who unfortunately this spring has been struggling, but I don't think there is any need for concern, because literally, we talked about this in literally, I think, 2 videos ago, but as I was driving to work the other day, I listened to the Kyle Tucker AB, and our very own Pat Hughes made the call. Bam! Kyle Tucker, home run. He breaks out of it. He even went to left center field with it. It was an absolute rope. Guys, I am not worried about Kyle Tucker in the slightest bit. This guy's going to be an absolute monster for us at Wrigley Field. Plug him in the 3-hole. Surround him with some very, very solid hitting and, Seiya Suzuki and Nico Horner and Ian Happ, etc., etc., and the runs will come in abundance, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. Kyle Tucker breaks out. I really try not to look too much into spring training. The Cubs in spring training have been absolutely crushing the ball, by the way. Gage Workman, Pete Crow Armstrong, so many fantastic players are doing very, very well for us. It's baseball. It's going to be a law of averages situation, ladies and gentlemen, and we just have to kind of be wary of that. If Pete Crow Armstrong does what he does in spring training in the regular season, the Cubs are going to win the World Series. But I don't think that's going to happen. But if Pete Crow Armstrong does half of what he's doing in spring training, he's going to be a 7 or 8 WAR player on that alone. He's going to be an all-star, a platinum glover, the whole 9, and obviously pairing him in an all-gold glove outfield with Kyle Tucker and Ian Happ, the Cubs defense should be very, very good and have a very good season defensively. So I'm not worried about Kyle Tucker. He brings his glove to the yard every day. He's going to bring his bat to Wrigley. No doubt about that. So it was fun to see him hit a home run, him just break out of that schneid. But you know what? I want to see him get the confidence going. I want to see him help us take at least 1 of 2 here in Japan. Maybe even sweep to get the regular season off to a good start. And then we will warm ourselves up, get rounded in for domestic opening day on March 27th. Kyle Tucker, ladies and gentlemen, is 4th in MVP odds. And he's going to be the key cog if the Cubs are going to win the Central and make a run at the World Series. So it's pretty much all on Kyle Tucker's shoulders. I'm going to say that much right now. So either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you guys tomorrow with another one.